Welcome back to Bike Culture Hub. The 2025 Yamaha Bolt XV950 isn't trying to change the world. It's not screaming for attention or loaded with bleeding-edge tech, and that's exactly why it matters. This bike is Yamaha's enduring statement that not everything needs to be reimagined or digitized to be desirable. Instead, the Bolt stays true to the simple, visceral charm of a stripped-down cruiser, with just enough modern refinement to make it a worthy daily companion or weekend escape machine. The Bolt XV950 has always lived in that unique zone where custom bike looks meet factory dependability, and for 2025, it returns more refined and bolder than ever without losing its soul. Swinging a leg over the 2025 Bolt, you're greeted by a bike that feels familiar yet improved in subtle ways. Yamaha hasn't messed with the successful formula too much, and that's a good thing. The classic silhouette is still intact, from its low, purposeful stance to its muscular tank and bobber-style fenders. But there's a sharper edge to the details now, a more focused design language that feels tighter, cleaner, and undeniably premium. The minimalism is intentional. The exposed frame, air-cooled engine, and blacked-out finishes still shout custom inspiration, while the updates, like a revised LED headlamp and a new digital LCD cluster integrated cleanly into the design, add just enough modern flavor to elevate the experience. At the heart of the 2025 Bolt XV950 beats the same 942 cubic centimeters air-cooled V-twin that's powered previous models, but Yamaha has tuned it for improved responsiveness and smoother torque delivery in the mid-range. It's not a high-revving screamer, far from it, but that's not the point. This engine is about feel. About that low-end rumble you get when rolling on the throttle at a stoplight, the kind that turns heads without needing to scream. It puts out around 52 horsepower and 80 Nm of torque, and while those numbers won't win drag races, the way they're delivered gives the Bolt its unmistakable personality. It's immediate, punchy off the line, and it rewards relaxed, confident riding. The fueling is smooth, thanks to refined mapping in the fuel injection system. There's an effortlessness to the way the XV950 moves through urban traffic or cruises along country highways. You don't fight the bike, you flow with it. The 5-speed gearbox remains, and while some riders might have hoped for a 6th gear, the ratios are well-spaced, and the clutch action is light and predictable. Yamaha's belt drive system returns, keeping things low maintenance and clean, a nod to the rider who wants to ride more and wrench less. Handling-wise, the Bolt isn't trying to out-corner a sport bike, but it's surprisingly nimble for a bike in this class. The double cradle steel frame provides a rigid backbone, while the low center of gravity contributes to balanced, confident handling. Yamaha made slight tweaks to the suspension tuning for 2025, with improved damping at both ends. The 41mm conventional forks up front offer 120mm of travel, and the twin shocks in the rear, which now come with adjustable preload, give the rear more stability over bumps and uneven pavement. It's still a firm ride, especially over rough roads, but not harsh, and the improved damping makes a real difference in longer stints. Braking has also seen a bit of a bump. The 298mm wave-style discs front and rear are now paired with an updated ABS system that modulates more smoothly and predictably. There's more bite at the front brake lever, which instills greater confidence, especially in city traffic. The rear brake remains a useful tool in slow-speed maneuvering, adding to the Bolt's ease of use in daily riding scenarios. One of the most appealing aspects of the 2025 Bolt is its ergonomics. The rider triangle is nearly ideal for a mid-sized cruiser. A low 690mm seat height, mid-mounted foot controls, and wide, flat handlebars that offer plenty of leverage without stretching the rider forward too much. This combination makes the Bolt incredibly approachable for newer riders, while still comfortable enough for experienced riders who want a relaxed, feet-up ride without sacrificing control. Whether you're commuting to work or blasting out of town for a solo ride, the Bolt delivers a ride that feels intuitive and natural. Aesthetically, Yamaha has given the 2025 Bolt more polish while keeping its gritty charm. New colorways like gunmetal black, matte army green, and vintage bronze are tastefully executed with minimal graphics, letting the lines of the bike do the talking. The tank, now slightly more sculpted, still holds 12 liters of fuel, not massive, but enough for respectable range given the bike's average fuel economy of about 22 to 24 km/L. Depending on your riding style. In real-world terms, that translates to around 260 to 290 kilometers per tank, plenty for city runs and weekend detours. The all-new LED headlight gives the front end a much-needed modern touch, providing better illumination without disrupting the retro feel. Out back, the tail section remains clean and purposeful, and the LED taillight adds a crispness to the look. Indicators are slim and subtle, blending seamlessly into the design rather than protruding awkwardly. Yamaha also redesigned the mirrors for improved rearward visibility without sacrificing the classic profile. These small touches show that the brand wasn't trying to reinvent the Bolt, just refine it for a better overall experience. Another standout feature this year is the new LCD dash. It's not a full-color TFT, and that's by design. Yamaha stuck with a monochrome LCD that's bright, legible, and minimalist. It shows speed, gear position, a trip meter, fuel level, and clock, all you need, nothing you don't. This is a bike that thrives in its simplicity, and Yamaha has done a great job resisting the urge to overload it with tech. There's no riding modes, no traction control, no cruise control, and for many riders, that's exactly how a bike like this should be. Where the Bolt really sets itself apart in 2025 is its custom-ready ethos. Yamaha has leaned into this aspect with a whole new range of factory accessories and bolt-on parts. Whether you want to bob it out further, give it cafe racer touches, or turn it into a laid-back tourer with saddlebags and a small windscreen, the options are there, and they're designed to integrate cleanly. Even with stock trim, the Bolt looks like a custom project straight from the crate, which continues to be one of its strongest appeals. In terms of pricing, the 2025 Yamaha Bolt XV950 lands at around $8,999. That places it firmly in the sweet spot of value and style. For what it offers, an authentic cruiser feel, rock-solid reliability, tasteful updates, and undeniable street presence, it's a compelling proposition. It undercuts several of its main competitors in price, particularly from Harley-Davidson and Indian, while delivering comparable, if not superior, build quality and day-to-day usability. The Bolt has always been a bit of a rebel within Yamaha's lineup. It's not chasing race wins or ADV glory, it's just doing its own thing. And in an age where motorcycles are increasingly defined by screens, sensors, and data, the Bolt is a reminder that raw feel still matters. That the connection between machine and rider doesn't need to be translated through riding modes or app connectivity. That sometimes, what you really want is a machine that just rides well, looks good, and sounds right. And let's talk about that sound. The stock exhaust still gives a satisfying thump, thanks to the 60-degree V-twin, but Yamaha's optional performance exhaust kit truly brings the bike to life. It doesn't scream, it growls, pulses, breathes. It sounds like a heartbeat at idle and a beast when you roll the throttle open. It's mechanical, organic, and just enough to turn a quiet commute into a sensory experience. So if you're in the market for a cruiser that won't overwhelm you with gimmicks but will absolutely win you over with feel, finish, and old-school soul in a modern wrapper, the 2025 Yamaha Bolt XV950 is still, undeniably, one of the most compelling bikes in its class.